1987 Caprice box Chevy is in the booth, as you can see. On this video here, we're gonna go ahead and tackle this rust that we found up under the LS quarter top shell in my previous video. The rust here, it wasn't quoted on the price that I gave him for painting the car, but I'm not gonna leave it like that. I'm gonna repair it to my best ability with his budget. So we're gonna go ahead and use fiberglass to repair it. So stay tuned. Let me get everything set up and we're gonna cut you back on. I got the LS quarter top shell removed so we can see what we're working with. The reason why this rusted out, because from the factory, if your car had a vinyl top on it, they didn't ever finish the roof out. Only thing they did is just set the roof on and welded these spots here and put some seam sealer in it. It wasn't never finished out. So when it rained, the water just run through here and get up under the seam sealer and just sit, and that's why all this here is rusted out. So what we gonna have to do is see how far the rust go back. So I'm gonna go ahead and take this shell out back here, the rear glass. I'm gonna have to remove it, so sit tight. I'm getting this back rear glass out. You're gonna have to get to the screws, and they cover the screws up with seam sealer or glue. I'm not sure what it is, but the bottom ones, you can get to them easy. But these side ones and top ones, you're gonna have to scrape the glue off from the top in order to get to the screw. But let me show you something on this side, what I was telling you about, why it be rusting out. You can see where this water right here, see where it's wet, just sitting up in there. That come from outside. It was sitting outside in the rain, and I just poured it in here. But you can see where that water just sitting up. That's why it just rusted out. It come down this channel here and just sit here. If they would have finished the roof out, you know, like they do on the box Chevys that don't have tops on them, it wouldn't happen. They should have just finished the roof out. I got the rear glass removed. I'm finna go ahead and vacuum this up, clean it up. I got some soap and water there. Make sure everything good and clean so I can see what I'm working with. Then I'm gonna go ahead and mask this rear opening up so all the sand and dust won't get on the inside. The next step is to see how far this rust go back. So we gonna sand all this, but we're gonna do it with this grinder. I got a porta cable grinder with a 60 grit flap disc attached to it. So we're gonna go ahead and sand and see how far this rust go back. I got it cleaned up with the 60 grit flap disc. As you can see, most of it is just really surface rust. I'm gonna have to get my drill and clean it out up in there where it's pitted at, but most of it is surface rust. I'm gonna go ahead and cut this part here out so I can get on up inside of here. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna use this cutoff wheel and just cut it along here so I can clean it up a little better. Alright, I got that. It's enough so I can get up in here and clean this metal pretty good with my sandpaper. Get this surface rust up. let me finish cleaning all this up, then I'm gonna cut you back on. The next step is to get everywhere where the sander didn't get. We're gonna have to get this surface rust up. And the best way to do it is some white vinegar. We're gonna use this on a maroon Scotch-Brite, or you can use a rag or whatever you would like, a Brillo pad, but I'm gonna use this maroon Scotch-Brite. I'm gonna put some on it, and I'm gonna get all this other surface rust up. Coming clean. Let me take you over here to this side. This side here wasn't as bad as that side over there. Once you get everything cleaned up and rust free, our next step is getting some primer. I got some tin primer here. I'm just gonna prime up in here because this part here is not gonna get finished. It's gonna be hid. I'm gonna put about 2 coats of prime on that. I'm gonna let this coat here dry, then I'm gonna come back and hit another one. The primer done dried up. Our next step is creating a backing for our fiberglass mat. So we gonna use this here. Some spray can foam. We're gonna take this and shoot some up in here. And once that dry, we're gonna shave it down and shape it up. And then we're gonna fiberglass it. Once your spray foam dry, you want to get you a knife to trim it off. It's pretty simple. Just that simple. Once your spray foam dry, you want to get you some fiberglass resin, fiberglass mat, a chip brush, and something to stir it with. Mix it up some, and then you're going to go ahead and lay your fiberglass mat over this. You want to go ahead and let this dry. Then after it dry, we're going to put another layer of fiberglass mat over this.
never stop.